today. From Lumen Field in Seattle, it's Week 5 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Seattle Seahawks taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
With Mount Rainier in the distance, there are few cities finer on a clear afternoon than this one, and we have a picture-perfect day for football at Lumen Field in Seattle. This crowd, as we've come to expect in recent years, as loud as any in the NFL, and they get even louder when their Seahawks are introduced. We're ready for football as the Seahawks get set to do battle with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at this Seahawks team as they get ready here. They've been playing their best football of the year, winners of 4 in a row.
And the offense last week, they had things humming. If you're a defensive player, you may get overshadowed a little bit, but you're really buoyed by what your offense is doing.
The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. And he takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26. Russell Wilson leads out the Seattle Seahawks offense. The veteran Wilson, a third-round pick back in 2012.
And he's playing at a very high level here in this early part of the season. In fact, he leads the NFL in passing yards. Now, that's not always an indicator of success, but in his case, it is.
1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. Now it's Wilson. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And they work this well upfield across the 45. See some head shaking on that defensive sideline because so much focus on taking away what he did last week as NFC Offensive Player of the Week. Big gain there for him to start.
I love your observation because you would think they'd be prepared for him after what he did the previous week. But sometimes that skill set actually intimidates a defense, and he used it to his great advantage.
That'll give him 8 that time, and it'll bring up a 2nd down.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
From the 44, Wilson eluding the pressure right. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. So 3rd and 2, this quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Catch is made by Metcalf. Touchdown, Seahawks. DK Metcalf. Touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Seahawks have taken a first-quarter lead. Well, that's how they envisioned it, get the football to start the game and score it.
And I don't know if that was scripted. Was it an audible, or was it just a play call that they had in their pocket? No matter what, they had the right call on against the right defense, and they end up in the end zone.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Taken at the goal line. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. So here are the Bucs now to take over for the first time. And they'll be led out by the guy under center, Charles, their quarterback.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost.
Yeah.
How does he eliminate that 1 interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with a receiver?
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3. They'll look to throw now on first down. He finds his man, complete. That's Klein. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. On first down, he'll drop to throw. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw again. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Again, he'll drop to throw. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on 3rd down.
Well, here's where having mobility sometimes can work against you as a quarterback. He thinks he can retreat and outrun the pressure. But that time, they zeroed in on him and took him down for a big loss, partner.
A really big loss. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. Now, they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. It means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Wilson escaping the pressure right. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he is out of bounds right around the 34.
It's almost as if they didn't leave the field after their first drive. They picked right up where they left off. Another good throw there. And this offense, humming here in the early going.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
I spotted man coverage on the outside. I expect we'll see a lot of that from this defense as this game moves on. And that was a good job there, as that one was knocked away.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Wilson flushed out right. He goes right back to Metcalf, this time complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A big play that time through the air. 33 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Throwing again here. Wilson flush to his right. That's to the tight end, Colby Parkinson. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. These those are his numbers from last week's contest. 7 catches, 91 yards, and a touchdown.
And he's able to pull that last pass in, but this is usually a pretty tough unit to try and maneuver against. They're in the top 10 in the league against the pass, and you and I both know there's not much difference between 1 and 10.
Here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Back-to-back 11-yard gains, and they've got another first down. Throwing is Wilson. Out left here, it's complete to Wheaton. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. Again, Wilson eluding the pressure right.
Oh, tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off inside the 5. When he went on the move there and started rolling out, I thought there was a window, but that window closed quickly, intercepted.
And sometimes, despite how big your arm talent is, you don't get enough on a throw when you're on the move as opposed to setting your feet and stepping into one. That may have been the case there, and the defense certainly benefited.
They try and run on first down, but this one going to lose a couple yards as they get him behind the line.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in second and long yardage.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on third down, forcing the errant pass. Fourth down coming up.
Now on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. This is taken at the 23.
A good kick that time, but also a pretty good 15-yard return.
And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10.
DK Metcalf for the Seattle offense about set to take over once again.
And he's racking up the yardage. You see the catches. And defensively, what do you do here to stop a guy like this?
You keep trying to change things up because nothing is really working. Whether you have a man on him, 2 people, you're showing different types of zone defenses combined with man-to-man coverages. Try and change things up and eventually get to the point where maybe you put enough people on him, they won't throw the ball to him anymore.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted.
Picked off at the 48, and the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Here's a handoff out of the gun.
And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. A yard in the wrong direction. Makes third down tougher. 3rd down and 9. He'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Klein. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. And that hits the right upright and caroms away. It's no good.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Wilson being chased out left. Complete to Wheaton. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And all of a sudden here, it's third down. Escaping the pressure right. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Here's Wilson. Steps away. Brought in by Wheaton. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. Flushed out right. And incomplete on the deep ball.
He certainly had a good game throwing the ball so far, but I think he was trying to take that from good to great with that throw, trying to get one downfield.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And that will be incomplete. The Bucs defense stiffens and pushes this to 4th down. So out now is the Seattle field goal team. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they will not really have time to do much of anything. 15 seconds, all that remains before halftime. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And how about that for just running out the clock? Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. He finds his man, complete. It's Klein. That catch good for only a couple. They'll throw now on the final play. Throwing the out route and complete. It's Klein. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 39. So we are at halftime here in downtown Seattle with the Seahawks out in front. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you two in just a bit. But first, let's get everybody caught up with what's going on around the NFL here in Week 5. We'll start up at MetLife Stadium in New Jersey. And that one tied 10-10 as they've gone to the break. From there, we'll head down to Charlotte to check on the Panthers at home at Bank of America Stadium. And it was the visiting San Francisco 49ers that come in and get the victory. Brandon Ayuk, a touchdown catch in the victory. Finally, let's get down to Miami to see what's going on with the Dolphins. And they were losers in that one to the visiting Arizona Cardinals. Kyler Murray, a touchdown pass in the victory. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a defensive struggle. Which offense can break through in the second half? To find out, let's hand it over to our broadcast team of Brandon Gotten and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. 10-0 is our score as we get started again on EA Sports. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start the 3rd quarter. And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete. And the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. And that'll bring up 4th down on a big sack with a loss of 5. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Fielded at about the 28. 51 yards on the punt there. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
DK Metcalf of the Seattle offense about set to take over once again.
Seems like the measuring stick for a receiver for a great game is 100 yards. Well, he's well past that now.
And as we analyze how he's getting him, that's where it really becomes fun because, let's face it, they keep sending coverage at him, keep trying to put the pressure on, yet he finds ways downfield and finds openings. That's a really crafty receiver.
Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Wilson eluding the pressure right. He finds his man, complete. It's Castro. And the offense moving quickly to the line. To throw again on 2nd down. Wilson escaping the pressure right. He finds his man, complete. It's Castro. And this is going to lead to another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 32-yard line. There's Wilson to throw. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown. DK Metcalf, his 2nd TD of the game and 16th on the season. And the Seahawks add on to their lead.
And that's a drive that makes everyone happy on that bench because they accomplish exactly what they set out to do. Take care of the football, eat up a little clock, end up in the end zone. Now they've got a cushion for the rest of the game, so they didn't just help themselves offensively, they helped their defense out as well.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes our score 17-0. Just a 4-play drive that time, and it all culminates with a Seattle score. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25.
Now the Buccaneer offense gets set to take over. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. He's able to get to the 2nd level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Klein. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 33.
But look what we have here, a sustained drive, and that was certainly AWOL in the 1st half. They really struggled to try and move the football. But right now, they certainly seem to have the formula working. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
2nd and 1. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. Back to throw here. He finds his man, complete. That's Klein. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. And that is not going to get there. Oh, he missed it short. It's no good, and they will not have time to get another play in here as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. But we'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. And I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this 4th quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. To throw is Wilson.
A quick target here, complete to Metcalf.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10.
Now it's Wilson.
That's into the hands of Parkinson, the tight end.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. Flushed out right. And that is incomplete.
They are certainly not letting up on the pressure in this one, and oftentimes you hear this expression, all gas, no break from defenses. But in this case, it's the offense still throwing the
end zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now.
And the Seahawks add on to their lead, and they are also closing in on a 5th straight victory.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is now 24. So the drive there took 6 plays. And the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Taking it about the 1. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Now the Buccaneers offensive unit back out on the field.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game is played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. He finds his man, complete. That's Richards. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll drop to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Second and 5. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 40.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score.
Now a throw here to his running back. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 16. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And in for the Buccaneers touchdown. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Bucs are finally into the end zone here in this fourth quarter. They'll try and throw for it. He's got it. So they convert the two. That keeps their slim hopes alive as we're back to a two-score game. Well, it's still an uphill battle from here, that's for sure, but that makes it a two-score game.
And now we see why teams practice so much on the two-point conversion, why you have more than one play ready, because you may need multiples throughout a ball game. Here's a great example right there.
Oh, Wilson going to throw. Flush to his right. He'll find Metcalf. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. They'll throw on first down with Wilson, eluding the pressure right. To the right side and complete to Metcalf. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is first and goal. Now Wilson. And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown. A one-yard touchdown pass. And the Seahawks are well on their way to a 5-0 start as they extend their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to 23. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it all culminates with a Seattle score. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. Well, time to get another look at this Buccaneer offense. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And the Seahawk defense gets to him and they bring him down. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Now back to throw. Under pressure, they got him again. Now we're going to get a timeout. Here's we've got an injured Buccaneer. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. Taken from just outside the 30. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field. And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. DK Metcalf of the Seattle offense about set to take over once again. This defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now they would happily go to their general manager and say, is there any way you could get a trade for him, bring him over to our team so we don't have to cover him anymore? Because he is really having a heck of a ball game, isn't he?
Boy, he is. I don't know that mid-game trade's going to happen, but good thought. Escaping the pressure right. And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown. DK Metcalf there to make the grab. And the Seahawks are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that will extend this big lead.
The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Taking it about the 1. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat.
And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
So the victory here for Seattle. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better. And that got it done in this one.
So for the Seahawks, they improved to 5-0 now on the young season. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Chicago Bears next week. Meanwhile, for Tampa Bay, they'll fall.